widow of Army Specialist Joseph Lister. Sierra Lister Herring, thank you for being here. It's such an important weekend. Obviously, the barbecues and the parties start, but we have to remember the significance and the sacrifice of people like your husband. And Senator, I'm glad that you're honoring them, and I want to get into the fact that Joe Lister's name's going to be on a memorial added here. But Sierra, I want to start this important segment with your thoughts this Memorial Day weekend.
As our entire family just feels extremely honored to have the opportunity to be here, and the fact that with the dedication of the monument, these men's names being added to it means that their legacy will live on in our Capitol, in our United States Capitol, and people will be able to see their names, be able to look them up, read the history of who they are, and so that way then they understand what the price is paid in order for us to be free and enjoy Memorial Day weekend and barbecues and days at the lake.
Their blood paid for our privilege to have these holidays and the freedoms we exercise. Senator, what she's talking about, explain this wall honoring the Big Red One and what's happening here.
Well, Griff, Fort Riley, Kansas is the home of the Big Red One, the 1st Infantry Division. Over 13,000 soldiers from the Big Red One have made the ultimate sacrifice. Their names are engraved just outside the White House on the 1st Infantry Division monument. Over the last 10 years, we have 631 more Big Red One soldiers, including Sierra's husband, Joseph, who paid that ultimate sacrifice. We're adding those 631 names down on that monument to honor them and to say thank you for protecting us, for giving us life and freedom.
And you can see, Senator, on our screen there, the monument. Why are you doing this? Why is this important?
Oh gosh, I'm a veteran myself. My dad served, my brother served, my son is serving this nation right now. We're from a family of people that served in the military. It's so important to the current active duty soldiers who are out there fighting for our freedom today to make sure that they know that they'll always be honored and just how important our freedom is. We're safe, we're secure, we have freedoms because of those, in this case, over 13,000 Big Red One soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Sierra, I know your husband had a deep faith.
He did.
And at the time, in 2003, when he was in Ramadi in November, and I actually was there with Lieutenant Colonel Ollie North for Fox covering, It was a very difficult time. But today, 21 years later, what do you want the country to know about Joe?
Joe, he's the life of the party and smiling always. But he believed in the mission. He believed that he was doing good for his country, and it wasn't easy for him to leave us behind, but he knew what he needed to do and to help protect his, brothers in arms and everything. But just know that Joe was absolutely a loving, unconditional, would do anything to make you laugh, couldn't stand it if people were upset, genuine person.
Mm-hmm. Senator, when you hear stories like this, what goes through your mind?
Gosh, we just owe a debt of gratitude to those people who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. This is why I think it's so important that we need to be careful when we go into war. When we send soldiers into war, I stop and take pause. I think of these 13 soldiers from Fort Riley, Kansas, who paid the ultimate sacrifice, that they have families, they have loved ones, they have children, parents, brothers and sisters. But I'm just eternally grateful for the freedoms that I have, that we get to enjoy, that we're still, the Star Spangled Banner finishes with the question, is this still the land of the free and the home of the brave? And these 631 soldiers we're honoring tomorrow are the explanation point that yes, we still are the land of the free, the home of the brave.
And at the risk of upsetting my production crew, in the last few seconds, I want to just go to our wide camera if we can. Micah, if you'll stand behind your mother. Micah was only 3 months old when your husband was killed. He's alive today, 21 years later. What do you tell Micah? Micah, your father was a hero. What do you tell Micah about his father?
I tell him everything that we possibly can. The good, the good memories and even the frustrating parts, because he is his father through and through, even with the tantrums and the fit throwing. And but Micah's the same way. He wants to make you smile. He wants to just absolutely make people around him happy and do what that takes.
Well, Sierra, Micah, the nation owes a great debt of gratitude to your family and families just like yours. Senator Marshall, thank you for coming in and bringing this to us. It's such an important thing to do on this Memorial Day weekend. Alicia, we'll send it back to you.
And Griff, Sierra and